When I bought that, eventually I was able to quit my job. Tell everybody, it's like focus, work part-time on your business and full-time on your job and eventually switch it off.
All right, all right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Episode 4 filming today. Again, my name is John.
I'm Ray.
I'm Carlos.
And today we got a very special guest today, DJ Bebo. Lewis, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Luis or Luis or Louis, whatever he's gonna call me. I run a business and call it DJ Bebo Entertainment, and we're located in Orange County.
Dope.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us in today.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man. Throughout these podcasts, we're delighted and lucky to have special friends like you and special guests come on. So we appreciate the time that you're here. Really quickly, since you're here, Ray will give a quick introduction how he met you.
Man, I mean, Bebo, I think we go way back, man, when the photo booth industry was just booming. He was one of those DJ, who was always curious whether he should buy a photo booth or not. What year was that?
At that time, it was, I believe, 2012, 2013.
Yeah. We were still at the Chino location.
I think when I first met him, it was at Brea.
Oh, yeah.
It was that Brea
That's
one,
right. On
Yeah.
Imperial?
Yeah, right there in Walnut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we met again at Chino right there with Easy Photo Booths.
Yeah, definitely. It was, I remember I was working at LA Fitness at that time.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I would drive to your office during my lunchtime at LA Fitness.
That's right.
So I would literally take the 55 all the way to the 73, I believe.
Wow.
And I would just hang out with Ray for a little bit.
I
He
told
was-
him. I remember telling you one time. I go, man, why are you still working at the LA Fitness? You're so talented, bro. And you was like, yeah, it's an income. So I go, well, what are they paying you? I'll pay you that much. You work for me. And the next day, this guy left, and he goes, you know what, man? I left that place. I'm not working for you. I'm gonna go ahead and start this and just blow this up. And he did it.
I did, yeah.
Did it like
That's awesome.
2 weeks later, he came back with like checks in his cars. I was like, "What the hell did you do?"
And blew up just like that. I mean,
Yeah.
well, started off, you started off as a DJ. When was that?
Yeah, so I started DJing at the age of 14, 15 years old.
Started early.
Yeah, I wasn't doing like parties or anything
Right.
like that. I remember my brother Mike, he actually gifted me a pair of turntables with the
Nice.
mixer, records.
Sick.
Nice.
I didn't know what to do with them. I was just messing with them at my 13th birthday party. I remember I have photos actually. Me and Wally were there hanging out with the homies, the friends from the apartments. And from there, a year passed, another year passed. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I want to become a DJ. Me and my cousin Wally, we were always downloading music at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Because it was it was like the year 2000, 2001.
LimeWire days.
LimeWire, Bearshare,
Napster.
Kazaa,
Yeah.
Napster. So at that time, my mom bought me a computer, and it was the first computer, Circuit City, in depth. Like I don't know how much money, financed. So instead of me doing my homework, I was downloading music.
Oh, no shit.
It was the time that you had to disconnect the dial-up internet or the
Oh,
phone.
Yeah.
Like,
So
hey,
my
the phone's not ringing.
Yeah, my parents will leave to work, and I would be downloading music all day long.
Wow.
And at that time, I'm like, you know what? When I was 15, I was like, you know what? I think I'll become a DJ. I know a lot about music. I kind of remember every artist, every song. So I was really good at that. My first hustle before I became a DJ, I was selling CDs. I would sell burned CDs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was my hustle, $5 for 12, 15 songs.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, so that
So
was,
making your own mixtapes, huh?
Yeah, music
Yeah.
has always been your passion.
music
in your
has,
blood,
yeah,
Well, the passion seems like it started early.
Yeah.
Like
definitely. Yeah.
14, 13, that's impressive. I mean, to go off of that and to what you've built yourself now as a pretty premier DJ out there. I mean, what areas do you focus on of servicing?
We service anywhere. On our bio, we normally, do Orange County. We're
Right.
based in Orange County. We do LA, Inland Empire.
Nice.
But, lately we've been getting calls for different locations. So, I've been listening to other photo boothers or DJ companies
Yeah.
that are able to connect as a white label to,
Right.
connect with other DJs or photo boothers out there and eventually provide the same service in a different location.
Nice.
So, that's something that's, we're working on, and we definitely want to capitalize on it.
That's dope.
Because more income, everybody wins. They're able to
Exactly.
service their client the right way we do. why not? You know,
And that's always important, of course. Giving to your client what they expect and then some, going above and beyond them is always the plus side of providing a business like that. So when was it when you were a DJ? Obviously, you started seeing photo booths. When was that? And what
So-
got you into it?
let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
So high school, you know, I was in high school, became a DJ.
Right.
From there, I was a ASB DJ for high school. So
Oh, nice.
during lunchtime, I was able to provide music for the school.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, both lunches because we had 2 different lunches.
Grad night, prom night, that stuff.
We did like a bunch of like assemblies, pep rallies, all
Right.
that good stuff. And shout out to my boy Vinyl Rich. He just showed up.
Hey, Vaughn.
What's happening?
So yeah, from there we eventually started doing all the school events. So right out of high school, all my friends wanted a DJ, so they would always
Right.
reach out to me or my cousin Wally, because we were the school DJs.
Nice.
And right after that, we got into the club. Right after high school, we graduated, got into the club scene, and we're doing 18 and over, 20 and over clubs when we're like 18. You know what I mean? So
That must have been fun.
it was really fun, man. It was definitely fun.
That's
yeah,
a nice experience for sure.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so I got into, what was the question? Sorry.
Photo booths. When,
Yeah.
I mean, as a DJ.
When did it come into your radar?
Yeah. When was that?
So this was 2012, 2013.
Right.
I was working at LA Fitness. My buddy Henry, shout out to Henry, by the way, childhood friend, and he was working in the dialysis center
Oh, right, right.
somewhere here. I believe he knows your brother-in-law somewhere.
My brother-in-law. Well, I don't know if I call him my brother-in-law. He's married to my wife's first cousin.
Oh wow,
Yeah, Alan.
crazy. Yeah.
Shout out
so-
to Alan.
Shout out to Alan. Thank you, Alan. So Henry's like, hey, bro, you got to invest on a booth, you know, affordable. Check it out. This is pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? And I had seen it before at another event that I went to that I attend, like a wedding. I'm like, it was like a little canopy with the booth inside. You sit down, you get like 2 props, and, you know, you had your photo strip.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've seen this before, but this one looks more mobile. I'm able to transport it. You had the T200. Is
Oh,
a T?
yeah. TS200.
TS200.
Yeah, the stackable case one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big,
so
big
Old
old
school.
thing.
Yeah.
That was
So-
the first one. You know what? One day I'm gonna go make a shirt and I'm gonna put TS200 in it just to see if people still recognize the name. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so TS200, you know, you told me all about it. I got into it. I know there's another company that had similar the booth, but it was heavier, I believe. Yours was perfect, easy to transport. Put it together, had wheels. My experience with it was great. You know, I literally bought it with everything included, the first one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, I didn't know nothing about booths at
You
that
got the
time.
whole 9 yards.
The
there.
whole
Whole
9
nine
yards.
Right.
Whole turnkey.
And he actually hooked me up with a really good deal at that time.
I did.
That I charged the client the same price what the booth cost. So
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
you know what?
Money back, first event.
I was
event.
marketing the booth, and I didn't even have it yet.
Right.
So I had booked a few events. I was like, you know, I need to buy it now.
Yeah.
So I got like 2 checks from a client or 2 clients. I ended up buying the booth cash.
Yeah.
Took it home. Also, what I bought from you was wireless uplights.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I remember you brought him some wireless uplights. At that time, I wanted to invest on uplighting and, you know, upscale my game. But a lot of other DJ companies had the wired lights.
yeah, yeah.
And it was a mission to be bridging lights, DMX, wireless DMX.
It's a lot of work.
And you brought them, I think you brought from China too,
Yeah, yeah.
some good, bright
well,
DMX.
We were manufacturing everything in the U.S. until we couldn't keep up with the demand. So I went overseas to explore other opportunities to see what we can do in terms of meeting the demand. But along the way, you know, I stumbled with a few people. The best thing about traveling is meeting people, you know, and you get to meet people, and it's just so happened they're manufacturing uplights. So
Yeah.
there's no reason why we can't start another company, and we called it Chronolighting.
Chronolighting, that's
Chrono-
right.
Oh,
That's
yes,
right.
there it is.
Yeah, I still have one uplight in my office. That's from you, the long bar.
Oh yeah, the long bars, yeah. But that was so long ago.
So heavy, man. That was like in 2013, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, other than that, I bought that from you. The photo booth was great. Then, you know, I got backdrops. I bought canopies from you. You had a nice canopy setup, different than other DJ companies. Other DJ companies had a black and red basic canopy.
Backdrops, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I met you when I
Right.
went to the Braille
Great
location,
location, yeah.
and I bought myself that. I was renting it out from you a few times, and then I just,
Yeah.
you know what, I'll buy it from you.
Yeah.
So I bought 2 of those from you, and then I got into the inflatable LED booths.
Yeah.
which was the whole bubble, and then also the little half,
Yeah, the curved
the
wall.
curved wall.
Yeah, those are nice.
We have a habit
Those
of
are
doing
different
that.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we usually, a lot of the times people are afraid to invest. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I don't know if it's real or what. Back in the days, I knew that in order for them to really believe in it, I need to help them. So what I usually do is I'll say, hey, look, book the event. I'll rent you these, and if you want to continue paying me, that's all good. But if you're smart, you'll know that you're wasting your money with me, and that you should just own it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up investing on all that equipment and had uplights. I had a photo booth. I was already a DJ doing events, so that upped my game big
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
You
photo
did
booth.
good, man. I mean, everybody knows you in your industry. It's funny because a lot of the people that buys photo booth from us, DJs, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know Bebo," and I was like, "What?" Like you have a very good name in your industry, and I think you built that over time because you decided to put yourself out there. And a lot of good things when you put yourself out there. A lot of good things comes out of it.
You have to, man. You have to. Like I said, like when I bought that, eventually I was able to quit my job.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know, a lot of DJs want to quit their job because they want to focus more on their events. But, like I tell everybody, it's like focus, work part time on your business and full time on your job, and eventually switch it off. That's a quote from Jim Rohn, by the way. And eventually you'll get there, but you got to be consistent.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
pandemic
consistency.
had everybody reevaluating their life. You know what I mean? Because of the pandemic, a lot of people lost their loved ones.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it gave people a new perspective in life. What's more important to them? Is it the money? Is it the job? Or is it my family? And I think a lot of people quit their job without thinking about
Yeah.
financials. You know what I mean? And it put them into a predicament. A lot of people depended on the government to provide means for them, when the
Yeah.
reality is that's not the real deal. It's nice to have a new perspective in life. It's nice to see what's more important, and reprioritize your life. But it's also good to always reevaluate your financials and see where you can scale. So I've had an opportunity to talk to a lot of our customers who got into the business, and believe me, they did it right because they didn't quit their job. They got into the 360 photo booth, and then they realized that they have the potential to scale that business and then quit their job, just like you said.
Yeah.
I think that's very important too, because I speak with people who have that same thing. Where like, yo, yeah, I'm tired of my job, so I'm gonna just buy this equipment and then just quit my job. I'm like, whoa, hang on there, slow down. First, build up that pipeline, get that clientele, start getting consistent bookings. Eventually, you'll be making enough money or more money from the equipment, where then you can walk away from your
The
job.
best
But
thing about this business is only on Saturdays and Sundays
yeah,
you can flow.
yeah,
Now, if you want to scale it, I always say this, and I don't know how many times I've said it. If you're making X amount of dollars on a month, you double down on that. If you're making $4,000 extra in a month, you gotta question
yeah,
yourself. How do I make that four into 8,000?
yeah,
Right? What recipe did you use to get that 4 grand?
yeah,
You just double it.
exactly.
You
And
don't
then,
want to go any other way, because if you go the other way, then there's a chance you may not get that 4 grand.
yeah,
True.
definitely. And then another thing too is important is like utilize the network you have at your current job already. So it's like those people are gonna have parties.
Dude, those are so
Hey,
valuable.
I
Yeah.
have a photo booth now. So eventually they go from being your coworker to now they just call you when they need a photo booth, and then you're no longer working there, but those people are still hitting you up. Hey, I need a DJ service. Hey, I need a photo booth. I need a 360.
Yeah.
So always use your network, and as bad as you want to quit that job, just make sure you're building up the business, and then you have an easy transition.
Yeah, you work on
Yeah.
that. You work on it gradually, right?
Exactly.
If you have a day job and at the same time you want to start a side hustle, side company to eventually fire your day job, I've spoken to many customers that are lucky enough to be in that position to just let go of their current day job and then finally focus fully on their business.
Yeah.
And that's what we all work for, right? I mean, we've all done it. We've all had our day jobs, but more importantly, when you're building a business, is to just use the money that you're getting from your day job to pay for your life,
Exactly.
bills, the house, the mortgage, the family, but then use your side business to eventually up your life in the
Yeah.
future.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's
You
me.
gotta
sir.
put yourself out there. Anybody that starts a photo booth, you have to have all the free social media platform.
'em.
All of them,
All of
right?
them.
Gotta
Because
use
Free
them all.
platforms. Why
it's
not use
free.
them?
Yeah, exactly. It's
You know?
always
And
good
what's-
to use them all.
And what's the best way of reaching your family and friends and relatives?
Social
Those
media.
platforms, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the times people don't use it because they're shy. They don't want to put
Yeah.
themselves out there. They're afraid that other people are gonna say something different that they don't want to hear. But the reality is, the minute they became an entrepreneur, you made a decision to change your life. You know, you don't have a choice
All
anymore.
that shyness got
That's
to go
true.
out the window.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
worst thing that can happen is you go to your own family event and someone else is doing the photo booth and
Yep.
it's not
And you're
you.
like, oh man.
And you find
would
out
suck.
that your aunt or your uncle or whatever paid $800. That should have been you because you're stuck at that party regardless.
Might as well make that money, right?
Yeah. You know, they don't put themselves out there. They don't take advantage of the free advertising right now. See, there's no such things as yellow pages. That was the hard
Throwback.
part. I started in business in 1999. I remember cracking open the yellow pages. That shit was so hard, bro.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was cold calling. Now it's so easy. All I have to do is just add people in my friends. I have like maybe 4 Facebook accounts. I think you knew that.
You do.
And I just
They're
keep
all-
making
they're all
them.
maxed out,
Yeah,
too.
they're all maxed out to 5,000. And guess what? This is my advertising platform. It's
Yeah.
my way of getting myself out there. Do I care what people think? Not really. Because what they think will not
Not
add,
at all, actually.
Not at all. Because they're not going to add value to me,
Yeah.
my life, to my business. So whatever negative things that
Yeah.
they are thinking, oh, so Ray's making 4 or 5 accounts,
Exactly.
that's ridiculous. That's all good.
Yeah.
You're entitled to your own opinion.
Well, one thing's for sure, they're still talking about you.
Yeah.
Regardless.
And then a beauty of that too is
It's-
don't get focused on the likes or followers because just because people are not engaging doesn't mean they're not watching.
Right.
Yeah.
So me, like I've embodied my social medias where like everything I do, it's like right there. So some people react better to this, some people react better to this. Some of this stuff gets no likes, but people are still in my DMs. Hey bro, I saw you post this. I didn't want to comment, but how
Right.
much is one
Yeah.
of those? Do you
Those
really
help.
make this much
Yeah.
money? Like
Right.
How
you
easy
get
it
a
is to
curiosity
transport.
from them regardless.
Yeah.
I make it a point to engage in such a way where like I
yeah,
like
make that
everything.
engagement. I like to like on people's stuff too.
That's me saying in silent,
Hey, what's
I
up?
like you. Yeah,
Yeah.
hey,
Right.
what's up? I like
What's
you.
going on?
I like this. I like that. Because at some point you have to build some small positive act.
Well, it's all about making a name for yourself in the business,
Yeah.
right? In the industry you're in.
You're not gonna get
So-
everybody. You can't please everybody. But the minute you jump into this kind of lifestyle, you put something at risk.
Yeah.
And that is your character. You know, it changes you as an individual. It changes you as a person. And you're basically saying, I want something better for my family. Let me see how I can scale this business. And it doesn't become just like, for me at least, I'm gonna speak from experience. At the beginning, yeah, it was all about money. But you reach a certain point in your life where you got it, it's good, you're safe. Now it's all about challenging yourself. Challenging yourself in a sense where, how far can I take this? You know, is it really real? Am I real? Am I one of those guys who thinks they can do it and they can't? So for me, it was like, yeah, this shit is real. You know, anything I set my mind into, I can do. Hey, we got podcasts.
Podcasts.
We're doing podcasts.
Yeah.
You know,
This is a fun project for sure.
it's a fun
Yeah.
project. We said, you know what? Let's create a podcast. There's no reason why we can't create a podcast and grow it.
Yeah.
And here we
Invite
are.
some of our friends like DJ Bebo. Speaking of,
Yeah,
making a
appreciate you
name-
having me.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
man. Speaking of making a name for yourself in the business, man, you mind getting into how you came about DJ Bebo? How did
DJ
you get the
Bebo.
name?
Oh yeah.
Bebo.
Yeah.
So I got Bebo, the name, the Bebo, before I became a DJ. So I know a lot of people always ask me that question. So,
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. When you
So
said
here you go,
DJ
guys.
Bebo.
So Bebo, when I was about like a year, I had a cousin, and she wasn't my cousin Cindy. Shout out to my cousin Cindy.
Shout out Cindy.
She gets royalties every time they say Bebo. I'm kidding. So she will call me instead of calling me baby, she will say Bebo.
Oh.
So Bebo stayed. I live in an apartment complex where grew up with all my friends.
Right.
Bebo stayed. I was 3, 4, 5, 6, Bebo. Until when I was in high school, I was still Bebo. That's when I became a DJ. I'm like, dude, I need to get a DJ name, right? So I'm like, it's just gonna be DJ Bebo. Everyone
works.
knows
So,
me as
so,
Bebo.
calls me
so
that
in a
already,
nutshell, it's DJ Baby.
DJ Baby, yeah.
Oh,
So
man, I'm calling you Baby.
DJ Bebo,
It
and
has a good ring to it.
I
I like that name.
Definitely.
Yeah.
so Bebo, and then
It
no,
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's a corporation. Now it's
Nice.
Bevo Entertainment
Oh,
Incorporated.
nice. There
Awesome.
you
Yeah,
go.
it's
That's how you do it. Now, what was once a nickname is now a company,
Yeah.
full blown
Yeah.
company,
Full
and
blown business.
an entertainment business, right? So, how did you network yourself and grow your business?
So, like I said, I've been in the industry since I was 15, 16 years old. ASB DJ, clubs, bars. I did a lot of bars and clubs when I was like
How did you get
from
into those?
18. So, at an 18-year-old out of high school, I was in college. Um, my cousin Beto, he started a club, a
shout
nightclub.
out Beto.
Shout out to my cousin Beto. There you go. Which is Wally's brother.
Oh, okay.
We started. He started promoting a bar in Garden Grove. They used to call it the Can, and he named it Club Nocturnal. So me, Wally, and DJ Z were the main DJs, the resident DJs there every Friday night. The whole summer of 2008, we were just killing it. For us it was fun. We were 18 years old, bringing. It was funny because
Partying, doing the things you love.
yeah, so we would bring a lot of high school friends. There were 17 that would still come in.
Yeah.
Right.
It was good while it lasted. We had a great time from there. 20, I started doing more bars, clubs. I turned 21. I kept doing bars from Tuesday all the way to Sunday. So I was,
Oh, you're busy.
yeah, busy, busy. So I was basically doing events um, every day except Sundays. Sundays was my rest day. No, I mean, Mondays was my rest day. Other than that, from there, I networked with a lot of people at the clubs. They liked the way I DJ'd. From there, will ask me, hey, you want to get into, can you do a wedding? Can you do a quinceañera? Can you do a baptism? At that time, I was like, all right, cool. I have 2 little speakers.
Kept going from there.
Yeah.
And little by little, I started doing more private events.
Yeah.
House parties, a lot of house parties for sure. From house parties came to doing events at the venues, and then I had like my DJ booths were just really bad, but people didn't really care. People care about the music.
Yeah.
Listening to you, it's inspiring. But at the same time, from the past guests that we have, you guys all share, including me, we all share the same pattern, and that is people that got behind us and help us reach a certain level in our success. It's funny because I'm reminded every time you go. Shout out to Beto. Shout out to. It just reminds us that we can't do this alone.
Yeah.
We gotta do this with, like, even with our previous guest. He was like, this person helped me, this person, got me to do this and this and that. It's the same thing with you, and it's the same thing with me. How I got to where I'm at is because of people. It's
Yeah.
they we need people, and really quick, to our viewers, you want to create a successful business, you gotta learn to network with people, and you
Yeah.
gotta be able to work with them, because they are the true they're the real people that's gonna help you scale
Yeah.
your business, open up the new doors, and find new ways for you to generate the income.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, man. I just had to bring that up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely networking is a big part. I know a lot of people don't like to get out there. Some people are shy, but you got to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You have to, because if you don't, someone else is going to come and steal that business from you. But it's all about building relationships too, because it's not just like knowing someone, let's connect, let's do something. It's about building that relationship. You know what I mean? You don't want to sell them right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to talk to
Yeah.
them, kind of like if you're dating a girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta
So-
build a relationship,
Yeah.
a way to connect.
Yeah.
Because if you can't connect with them, it's gonna be very difficult for you to build that relationship. It's funny. I used to rent photo booth, and when I did rent a photo booth, I think I said this already on my previous podcast. I don't give them pricing when they ask for how much I'm gonna charge them for photo booth. The first thing I ask is, what is this event for? Who is it for? Who is the special person we are spending all kinds of dollars for this?
You find that
Because-
special piece.
Yeah.
Why they're doing it.
You want to know the budget in that event. And these are the kind of questions that you have to ask in order for you to understand the kind of pricing you're gonna give. Are you the right fit for this event? What if they tell you that the event is, they're putting in $1,000? Right away it's not for you. At least you cut your energy, and but you got to be able to ask the question. You got to be able to connect. But you got to be able to find out more about it. It's not about the pricing. It's about that goal. Same goal that they have. Their goal is to provide something special for this individual. So it's worth for you to know who that person is. You know what I mean? And emphasize on how important they are. And then you put in the value of your product, your service, and you say, hey, what would it mean for you if I can bring this kind of service to your event and make everybody in this event special and create something memorable that nobody's gonna forget for years and years to come. What would that mean for you? What would you pay?
Yeah.
That now you're telling them you're about to hit them with something good,
Yeah.
and the price ain't gonna be cheap.
And that's the importance of it. It's like you're painting them the picture, you're selling them the vision, the dream.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily saying like, you know what, just give me this amount, check out my pictures. You're kind of they're already in the scenario at their event and they're picturing everything that you're gonna provide, and they're
Exactly.
like, I do need that because now I imagine this event with this. So
You know
I
they
need
already
to
got
get it.
you know they already got pricing from other
Yeah.
photo booth owners.
Of course.
So why just make them go away?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So it's all about selling. You know, you gotta talk to them, ask them questions. You know, if they tell you, oh, it's gonna be at this venue, you could be like, oh yeah, we've done a lot of events at that venue.
Yep.
You know, they're great people, especially the food is great. You know, the person at the bar, really great person. You know, you just gotta talk. So it'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
this person actually
They're
knows
familiar
about
with
this
them, yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
Well, finding ways to
So-
relate with them is
Yeah.
also another
have
important
to.
key, right?
You
Yeah.
have
So
to. Last story. I had somebody hired us for the LED dance floors. That one was great. I just remembered it when you mentioned venue. They said the venue is gonna be at this place. I don't know what it is in my brain, but the minute they told me that venue, I know it wasn't cheap.
yeah.
I already knew the budget was like woo up there. You
So
know what I
you
mean?
know
Yeah.
what to price them.
Yeah. So for me, it's all about letting them know the kind of service they're looking for. What kind of, you know,
Budget they're working
budget
with.
they're working with. How, what kind of event. You got to figure out what it is that they're trying to accomplish, because that is a problem. Everybody that comes to you to buy your service, it's not because they want to. It's because they have a problem that they need to solve and they need you to help them solve it.
True.
So it's a question of what's the problem in here? I mean, there's a lot of DJs out there, you came to me, you assume that I have the solution for you. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
Let them tell you what the problem is. Let them describe everything, because sometimes it helps a lot to listen. You know what I mean? Instead of you
Yeah.
talking, you can just go. You ask the right questions and get them to open up that book.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you everything, what their goals are, who they're bringing in, why this thing is so big, and how much money they're spending. And hell, they might even go to the memory lane of this individual when she was a kid. She was sick and I took care of them, and whatever. You just give them the benefit to listen and just be compassionate as much as you can. And then tell them your price in a
Yeah.
gentle way. Just say, look, it's not going to be cheap. I can do anything that you said, plus more. I'm going to do this, and get them to visualize what you're going to bring in. Hell, even describe to them kind of work you're going to bring in when the minute your truck gets there. Describe everything so that they can visualize the amount of work you're putting in, so that by the time you give them your price, it's a lot easier to accept here
Correct. That's
than
right.
here. You know what I mean? Man, I told you we're going to get distracted, right?
Yeah, no. So going back to networking, I remember I was part of a variety of different, like chambers. One of them was the Chamber of Commerce, the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. That's another location. Like, let's say you're a brand new, person in the industry as a DJ or a photo booth or whatever business you're in. It's good to join the chamber around your area. Why? Because you're going to be able to network at a bunch of different events
That's
with
good.
a lot of entrepreneurs that are doing events. And at the same time, you could get your word out there by just being at that event, because
That's big.
the chambers have a lot of events all the time.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Another thing, networking, marketing through social media platforms.
Yeah,
like I
what
said.
worked with you the best as far as marketing? What strategies did you have going through?
So, like I said, nowadays it's all about building a brand.
Yeah.
But for someone that's new in the industry,
Uh-huh.
they want to start from the bottom. Use all the free platforms. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok.
free.
Right now it's
TikTok's
booming.
super
Yeah.
booming.
So
Yelp.
So Yelp is great. We have a Yelp account and we get reviews. So that's one of the main ones, how we get events too. But the cheapest return on investment is, I believe, is Facebook ads, Instagram ads.
Yeah.
And we just have to do them right. A lot of people have done them,
Yeah.
just click the boost. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
You got to make sure and do the hyper targeting. and do it right and do it legit and target your right clientele, your right area, the age
Yeah.
group, and eventually, get people into your website, call you, bring them to your office, or just close them online. Most of the people just want to book online nowadays.
So with Facebook, you're
Yeah.
talking about a more focused area or focused group of people that you're targeting. That's what works for you too.
That works great because if you're doing a quinceañera, you're marketing a quinceañera video. You don't want to
Yeah.
target to a 50-year-old, or
Right.
maybe that'll be
Yeah.
the parent of the
Right.
person. But if you just target, let's say, 15-year-olds to like 20-year-olds, all the quinceañeras are gonna see this video like, Mom, look, I wanna get this for my event.
Yeah.
You
Makes
know,
sense.
so and you could do different campaigns, not just
Yeah.
one. You could just
Yeah.
run like 10 campaigns in just one post.
Is it a numbers game? The more you put out there, the more you get.
Nowadays with Facebook, I think you have to spend more money than before.
Yeah.
Before, you'll get more clicks, more views with less money. Now it's more competitive. Now you got to spend
Right.
more money.
Okay, so it is nowadays. It's more of a numbers game now. Trying to get your like 2 or 3 different campaigns going on. Then,
Yeah.
marketing.
But that's one thing. You
Right.
still got to be posting. You got to be consistent.
Yeah.
You got to be posting on Instagram stories. A lot of people don't want to do the work. You know what I
Right.
mean? A lot of people are like, nah, I'm not gonna post it.
You know what I say to the people that doesn't really want to do the work yet, because you have to do the work.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you don't want to do the work yet, go to the alternative, which is the word of mouth. The best
Yeah.
way to scale your business is word of mouth.
Yeah.
To be able to tell somebody that you're gonna give them something to help you build your business, that's word of mouth. That's creating a sales rep within the sales rep. It's like a pyramid. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you X amount of dollars if you can promote my business. And every time you close a deal, I'll give you this much.
Yeah.
And then you tell them to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Look, nobody knows your pricing as a DJ. Everybody's got different pricing. Everybody's got a different talent. You can raise your price a little bit higher to accommodate those. You know what I mean? Because there's no set price. But there's ways of generating the income. There's ways of generating the leads. There's ways of generating it's all about networking. It's a question of how do you get more? And what better ways to get more by giving more?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that I utilize as well too right now with my photo booth attendance.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man, I pay you X amount for the event, but if you pitch it, like if I do nothing, if I just have to provide the booth, then you're gonna make more money. Go out there, go tell people you provide the service. You can even rebrand as your own company. You're still using my equipment. I'm still making money on it, but I'll pay you a lot more if you do the legwork. You find the lead, you close them.
There's got to be a
know?
way for you to be creative. How do you think pyramids created their system? I mean, the pyramids are bad, right? But I'm just saying that the concept, there's nothing wrong with the concept. It's all about creativity.
Yeah.
The bad thing about the pyramids is they don't really have a real product. But the concept is what you got to grasp. In my
Correct.
opinion, you got to grasp that.
Yeah.
Look at it this way, okay? If you can create the same concept as the pyramid, but twist it a little bit more different so that it's legal, and you can say, hey, for every event that you close, I'll give you 15%. And then for every event that you find that you're gonna give a commission to, I'll give them also. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
create a way for you to create that pyramid.
Yeah.
Man, imagine how many events you're gonna get. And does it really matter?
And that
What-
on top of the social media,
Right.
it's just gonna
Countless.
just keep spreading like wildfire.
I mean, that's really how you build the empire.
And that's in the process where I'm at right now with my rental business. It's where I'm just all my attendants. I'm like, all right, man, you know how to set up the booths? Post some offer up ads, post some Craigslist ads, post it on your personal Facebook.
You got to be creative. You got to take
Yeah.
some chances. Look, we didn't build this business because we didn't get creative. We built this business based on that fundamental of creativity. We built our business has grown into a lot of money. I don't know if I mentioned it, but there's a lot of failures along the way
Yeah,
because
trial and error
trial and
always.
error.
Oh
But
my God.
we held back. We held back. We didn't get creative enough. You know what I mean? We didn't get creative enough. We didn't. We didn't take that much risk in terms of marketing, advertising. We got shy on a lot of things. But the minute we had decided that we're gonna go all in and just go nuts, we got creative. And there's no reason why people can't build the same type of business or a platform that we did.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the blueprint. It's there. It's a networking. You need people to be successful. And the more people you have, the more success you're gonna have.
And I think it goes into the same too, like how you said, when you're speaking to a client, when you're like painting them the picture on why to book you, it's kind of the same with the people that work for you.
Yeah.
You gotta have them believe. Like, I mean, that's why I've been with you guys for so long, because before all this, you guys were talking to me and showing me the bigger picture. So I was like, oh, okay.
That's
I'm like,
right.
I'm learning stuff here. Like, this has potential. This is like, I need to stay around these guys. These guys are, you guys ended up being like mentors to me. But
Everything is by faith, bro.
No,
Look at
yeah.
it this way. Why you believe in God is by faith.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? It's faith. It's your heart that tells you that he's real.
Yeah.
It's your heart that tells you that what do I have to lose? Like people go, oh Ray, you're Christian, and why'd you become a Christian? Well, guess what, man? I was never a Christian before. I was Catholic, and then I became Buddha. To be honest with you, because of my friends, there are a lot of them were Laotians and Chinese, and I became Buddha. I know there came a point where I was going to shave.
Buddhist, not Buddha, Buddhist.
Buddhist. Buddhist. Bro, it's a different type of mentality out there. And so for me, it's all by faith. Not all these religions are wrong. They're right by their own faith. So we operate by faith. So when you believe in yourself by faith, man, there's no telling what you can reach. So when you tell yourself that this is all I can reach, well, shit, man, that's all you're gonna be.
Yeah.
But when you tell yourself that I remember Kim, like a few years ago, me and him used to say, man, I want to make my first million. That's what he said. I said, okay, well then, let's gravitate in that. Let's not just gravitate on it. Let's act upon it. You know what I mean? And when you do it, you reach it. So you really have to take an action about it. It's a law of attraction. When you really want it bad enough, you'll do
find
something.
your way.
And the way to find it is finding people.
Yeah.
You find people that's gonna help you get to that destination. You can't do it all by yourself.
Teamwork.
If you want to make $1 million, find the people that's gonna get you to that million, because you can't do it yourself.
So I got a question for you. At first, when you first brought in your first photo booth, how was it? Did you instantly bring an attendant to operate that, or were you setting that up and then just focusing on DJ and hopefully nothing goes wrong on the photo booth?
A whole lot of things went wrong.
Trial and error, baby.
At trial and error all day, every day. Like I said, I was still working at LA Fitness when I bought the booth, and then after work, I would go do an event. My wife will help. She was my girlfriend at that time, but now she's my wife. So shout out to my wife.
Shout out the wife.
Supported me since day one.
Shout out to
A real queen right there.
Yeah, right there. So she helped me out. She was the first one to help me out with the photo booths because I was DJing.
Yeah.
So I needed an attendant. So my wife was like, you know what? I'll go do the photo booth. I'll set it up, but you just stand there and and
Make sure they get their pictures.
Get their
make sure they're
photos.
standing in the right area.
Yeah, but at that time, I was trying to figure out a lot of things with Breeze. We're using Breeze
Oh, yeah,
software.
Breeze was,
oh my
old school.
God.
Breeze was a headache to learn.
Especially in 2013.
Bro,
Yeah,
that was
especially then.
the first software for photo booth.
Well, it was all new to us, so
It was
that's
all
why it
new.
was all difficult.
It was so hard. There was no YouTube tutorials out
That's what I was
there.
about to say. Like
We had to
you
do
you
it.
couldn't YouTube
Bro,
it.
when
We
I was
had to
Yeah,
do
he was doing it.
when I was first learning Breeze software, I broke one laptop because I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, oh man, this sucks. I can't learn it. It just keeps wigging out and this. And the thing is, there's always it's like programming during that time. You gotta learn to
Pretty much.
You gotta learn to map. You know what I mean?
And if you get one of those millimeters wrong, your pictures are going to be off frame.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, it's so frustrating.
The glitches that you can't
So-
figure out.
So that was one thing, So luckily, because I would literally like be at 2, 3 in the morning at home just trying to figure out black and white photo or just the strips cutting
But they
perfectly
were-
fine.
In reference to Breeze and well, shout out to Breeze software. They were the very first one to have the photo booth software. They were the only one actually. There was no other alternatives.
Especially at that time, yeah.
And Breeze software did help a lot of people make money,
I'm
regardless
sure.
of the
yeah.
hiccups. Just like every business out there that are just getting started, there is hiccups. There are mistakes. And you can't hold that against them. Like, I don't hold that against them because at the end of the day, you got to understand how many people they helped out. They are part of this community that built this community to what it is now because of them. Because of them, they created competitors for themselves. The reason why they created competitors is because they did something good, something solid.
They
Right.
did something solid.
Yeah.
They
So shout out to Breeze.
Yeah, I was using Breeze for until I got my T11.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So I bought the
That's when
next
Darkroom
booth
was
after
finally
that,
out.
Darkroom.
Shout out Darkroom.
Shout out
Made
Darkroom
life
for making
so
life
much
easier.
Shout out
Oh
for
my
Darkroom
God.
for making an improvement. Seeing the mistakes that Breeze software made and not doing it.
They made it super simple for everybody.
Yeah, darkroom is, I mean, to say the least, very easy to use compared to Breeze. I mean,
Yeah.
Breeze in its own was good at that time, but
Yeah.
darkroom, the guys at darkroom, the people there, they made, I mean, a top notch product in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
lot
what
of
we use in all of our photo booths, and then
I,
it
I
works.
remember I was finally starting to learn Breeze, and then they're like,
Then Darkroom,
"Hey,
there's-
here's Darkroom. Figure this one out." I'm like, "Ah, no!" And then within a week, I was like, "Oh, this is way easier. This is way
Super
better."
easy,
was
man.
simple.
Super
Simple,
easy.
simple, simple.
I mean, trial and errors. I mean, every business goes through it. Can you go through some of your trial and errors and some of the
Oh, yeah.
growing pains that you went through? I mean, I'm sure you've been through a few.
Yeah. So I will be DJing, let's say the DJ was on the first floor, the photo booth was on the
Oh,
second
man.
floor.
I can imagine that.
And my wife was calling me. I remember I had to put a song on my phone because I didn't have it, so I had to put it on the phone. So she was calling me. She's like, "It's not printing, or the printer got stuck, or the picture came out black."
Yeah.
So those were the little things that we were struggling with
I remember
Breeze,
those days.
because I even put an uplight on top just to shoot to the people's face, because if it wouldn't focus, it wouldn't flash.
Yeah.
So I remember those were the struggles that we had: the printing, like how to swap the media, the media getting stuck. So
Yeah.
I remember one time I was like, "Dude, what do I do?" So what I did, I taped up
The ribbon?
the ribbon,
Yes.
and I'm like, "Oh shit, it worked," you know.
No.
And from there, like, we've been doing that. But luckily, nothing has happened yet. We still use darkroom booth to this day,
Right.
and we've been killing it.
Yeah,
That's good.
I always tell people, don't panic when you're at this
Yeah.
when you're at the situations like that. Don't ever panic, because that's the worst thing that you can
Yeah.
do. I've seen a lot of people panic. And they're like, "Oh my God, there's a lot of people. There's a long line.
Right.
What am I gonna do?" And they panic, and
Yeah.
they make it worse.
Yeah.
Instead of replacing the ribbon, they rip it more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just it's
a
bad.
little trick for that too. I had a tenant have that recently this past weekend. He's like calling me. He's like, "Man, I'm sweating. The ribbon ripped. I don't have tape." I'm like, "Look, man, just
Roll
roll
it
some of the
more.
ribbon out and then just roll it into itself where it's nice and tight and just throw it back in."
Right.
And he's
Yep.
like,
That
"Oh,
works.
okay, cool, it worked." And I'm like, "Look, bro, you don't have to be sweating, bro."
Yeah, but if they
It
weren't-
happens.
if they weren't panicking,
They-
they would have
they would've figured that out.
They would have
Yeah.
called me first, like instead of trying to be stressed.
Well,
Yeah.
one thing, I mean, I've been through a lot of those small issues. I mean, story time. I mean, there's a few events that I've done. I've come across some troubleshooting, and then there's a long line. You're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'll just say, "Hey guys, photo booth's closed right now. Let me do some quick maintenance on it." And then I'll panic inside the booth myself,
Yeah.
without showing anybody. And then I'll just try to go through my checklist and then see what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part, it's always like sometimes before I had a better computer, it's like you got to upgrade your computer, right? You got to have memory so that Darkroom or Breeze or whatever software you're using has enough space to operate. Because that's one important thing. And
For sure.
delete your guys' old events.
Get an
'cause
external hard
Yeah,
drive.
exactly. Get that too.
But
delete your old events because that thing clogs up the software. I think.
Yeah.
That's true.
But everybody has challenges.
Yeah.
It's what you do when you're at that situation. I have my own story when I was renting a photo booth, and the challenge was I didn't bring a backdrop because I forgot. Okay, and because I did an event a week before that, I thought everything's gonna be perfect at that photo booth, so nothing's was taken out. So as it turned out, I don't have a camera because somebody took it out,
Nice.
right? So I went to this event. Not only I was late because I was scrambling, okay, I was 30 minutes late. I didn't have a camera and I didn't have a backdrop. So, A, I have an option: cancel the event, or B,
Go to Best Buy.
yeah, basically just calm down and face it for what it is. So I went in and meet the person that hired me, and I told them a situation, and I says, "I'll get this everything up and running in about 30 minutes. I'm just gonna go and get a camera in my car." I went to Best Buy, bought one, put it in, and I didn't have a backdrop. It says I decided not to bring the backdrop because the view here is wonderful.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
Best
You
view
don't
ever.
want to lose that. So
I've done that once.
yeah. And being calm allows you to think
Yeah.
better and able to accommodate and achieve the goal that you
Not only that, people can sense panic too.
yeah.
So,
But the funny thing is, after that event, they tipped me like $300.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really click with them. It allowed me to
Exactly.
be able to communicate, to connect with the person that hired me, and it's all about a matter of creating that relationship.
Yeah.
You know.
of course.
Yeah. So yeah, those were my little
Hiccups here and there.
hiccups in there, but we were able to adapt, and now we have a strong team. Shout out to my brother Fernando.
Shout out Fernando.
He's always with me. He's like my right hand man.
That's good to have.
Especially for the photo booth. He helps me set up. He always goes with me at everywhere we go. So he's right now. We're trying to transition to get more staff, more attendance, to eventually go on their own.
Nice.
But yeah, we're doing great. So my brother's always helping me out, like I said. Yeah. So
Yeah, I met your brother. He's cool, man.
yeah, he was here when we bought the 360, right?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
him, man. He's a very open-minded person. I can tell he's creative, and you need people like that in your life, not just
Yeah.
in your business, in your life.
Yeah,
You need people that's gonna help
definitely.
you boost your morale. Somebody that's gonna say, "Hey, man, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I have a solution. I have an idea." Man, these are the stuff that
Someone to keep you grounded, basically.
yeah, bro. It's just when you're feeling down, you need somebody that's gonna be able to take you back
Yeah.
up and says, "Hey, let's keep going,
For
man."
sure.
Yeah,
So, Louis,
definitely.
you offer obviously DJ services, photo booth, and 360s now, of course. I know you bought one not too long ago, and I think you started that last year.
Yeah. So I came in
Right.
in I believe October.
October last year.
October.
Now, what's the
November,
difference of the revenue difference of say DJ services, booth, 360, or do you like combining all three, or two of them, or a combo of one of each? Yeah, what's the structure like as far as without getting too deep on what it costs down the line? What's the difference in between that you're charging, or yeah, what do you like most about that too?
Yeah, so having a photo booth, having a 360 booth, having lighting, having different add-ons
Right.
definitely increases your revenue,
Building
and
different
profit.
packages.
Yeah. So you have someone coming into your office asking you questions about DJ. They want to book you as a DJ.
Right.
Perfect. That's the only thing you guys need. Or you guys also want to add lighting decor, a photo booth, 360. You guys, those are the questions you ask the client.
Yes.
What venue it is. If you know the venue doesn't offer lighting, you gotta offer that.
You gotta
Right.
upsell.
You gotta
Upselling.
show them photos, videos of what you've done in the past, how it looks, and how it looks without it. So eventually they're able to be like, you know what, I want that too.
Yeah.
So those are the little things that we add on. So from DJ, they add the uplights, they add the photo booth, they add the custom monogram, the CO2s, the dancing on the clouds. And now we're adding the 360, which has helped me go to the next level as far as pricing.
Wow.
Our 360 booth, we charge a little bit more than our regular photo booth. And right now it's something new. Not
You
everyone
have
has
to.
it.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, especially in SoCal, not too many.
And
Yeah. It's still
360,
very
yeah,
new out
still
here,
new.
yo.
and some people that see it, they're like, wow, that's amazing. I only see that at the red carpet events.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen it at the VMAs,
Right. They like that. Yeah.
And we're able to bring it and provide it for their event.
Nice.
And that's why we're able to price it at a higher cost. Not everyone wants to get it because it's not that affordable,
Right.
but some people will pay for it.
Yeah.
You just got to have the right clientele.
Exactly.
Last week we had a guest, and all they do was activation. There is a lot of events, if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Again, it all boils down to creativity, understanding what the needs are. There's a lot. Gala, come on, man. Gala, a lot of people out there that would want to stand up in there and do a 360 on their stores.
We do a lot of galas. We've done a lot of high school, like Modern Day, OSHA. We've been getting a lot of high clients with the 360 booth. And also shout out to my boy Edwin Interface.
Shout out Edwin.
He he has a t-shirt business, t-shirt
nice.
printing company. So from there, he's able to provide vinyl wraps. Sometimes when we do, big events, for instance, we did what did we do? We did NFT companies. So we print out we actually did recently a Yelp event for the Yelp
Oh, nice.
LA Yelp OC. So what we did, we printed the decal of the Yelp and put it on top of the platform
Oh, wow.
of
Of the 360?
the 360.
Yeah, that's dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you have that as branding, they're like, wow, these guys are professional. These guys come in, they're able to do something for us
Yeah.
to expand their brand a little better. You know what I mean? Yelp's already a big company.
Yeah.
So doing that, Edwin, my boy, Interface, he helps us out with that.
Nice.
So he's super creative, and then we could do custom T-shirts at any time.
Awesome.
So yeah, shout out to my boy Edwin.
creativity, man. They come from all kinds and
Yeah.
everybody. You know what I mean? It's like if you're not creative enough, find somebody that's creative. You know?
Yeah. We have inflatable boots too. We have the other one with the lights. What's it called? What do you guys call it here? The three panels that go around
The enclosure,
with the
inflatable
TV
enclosure.
is an
The enclosure?
enclosure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
inflatable enclosures. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I bought that from you
Yeah, that was
too.
cool.
So that's another add-on that we're able to offer to our
Yeah.
clients, and people say yes, some people say no, but
Yeah, but just having that option is always good to have.
It's always
Correct.
good. These are
Yeah.
these are arsenals. It's yours. You keep it, and you're gonna. It's a tool to make money. You're gonna
Yeah.
keep using it, and using it over time. It's all about building your arsenal. It's building what you
Yeah.
can offer. Like some people goes, oh, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, and I always go, man, there's so much limitation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, for me, it's like if it makes sense, do it. Don't put limits on yourself. So for me, it's all about what makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you're a DJ and it makes sense for you to buy a photo booth, do it. Why hold back? Because
Well,
that's money
I
you're
mean,
leaving out of the
I think
table.
it always makes sense because as a DJ, like before you had a photo, well, maybe not you because you were like early on, but it's like now as a DJ, everyone that goes DJs, 9 times out of 10, there's a photo booth guy over there where it's
Yeah.
like, I could have just made that money.
Well,
I could have made
Correct.
that
they're
income.
DJing already. They're gonna be at that event already.
Exactly. That's what
anyways.
I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like, I could just be a one-stop shop for this person where they don't have to deal with a photo booth vendor, they don't have
Yeah.
to deal with a DJ, they
And
don't have to
vice-
deal with a 360 vendor. It's just all one person that offers every service. And
Right.
it's so much money that a lot of people leave on the table because they're like, I don't know if I want to add a photo booth because whatever XYZ might be.
Right.
Yeah.
And vice versa for those who are not a DJ, are not a photographer. There's no reason why you can't connect with them. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
of
There's no
course.
reason why you can't connect with them and grow your network in that sense. Look, it's about people, man. If you know how to get with people and you know how to connect with people and you know how to work with people, there's no reason why you can't be successful.
Yeah, that's what I told my DJ friends. Like, for instance, Rhino Rich, I told him, like, we as the DJ, we already have the advantage to upsell our photo booths. Why? Because people are wanting to book our DJ services. Why not offer a photo booth? Because 99% of the people at events have a photo booth.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Or it could be vice versa. People aren't looking for just a photo booth; they'll just contact you.
Well, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I think, for me personally, in my opinion, if you're gonna have an event, throw a soiree, throw a party, the first thing you think of is a DJ.
Yeah.
Right. So DJ should definitely take advantage of the fact that they're the ones that get contacted first. And if you're already like yourself offering multiple services, DJ, photo booth, 360s, and uplighting and everything else in between, you guys got to use that to your advantage as a
Yeah.
DJ
Correct.
because you guys are the ones they call first. Hey, by the way, I offer a photo booth. I offer 360. Are you looking for this? Are you looking for that? I think DJs out there should definitely take advantage of what you're doing and, put that under their arsenal and make it work for them.
I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely. And then we also work with the tequila brand. I'm an account manager with Tequila Mandala, so shout out to Tequila Mandala.
Shout out
Um,
Tequila.
Nice.
And we've been, we've been working with a lot of different accounts, different companies, and we're able to provide the 360 booth. For instance, this Sunday we just provided the 360 booth for Calaveras, brand new location here in Rancho,
Oh yeah.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Is that the same thing right here in Puente
Yeah, it's
Hills?
the same one as the one right here.
Yeah, they just opened one in
In
Rancho.
Rancho, nice.
Yeah,
So we
that's
did their grand opening, and that's all branding right there.
Yeah.
Putting the tequila company with the restaurant together.
Yeah.
It's just cross marketing for both companies
Yeah.
and ourselves too. So
Nice. Always gotta branding. Always gotta keep branding in mind. Always gotta keep marketing yourself in mind. That's a good opportunity that you had there for sure.
yeah, shout out to my boy Oscar Sanchez. He's the one that got me involved with Tequila Mandala. So
Nice.
shout out to my boy Oscar.
See, you got a lot of people, man. These are all people that are part of your success.
Yeah,
Anything,
man.
anything that you do, in life, any new doors that it opens, there's always gonna be people behind it.
Yeah, when I met you, I saw you as a mentor too because I would
Oh,
come with
shit.
you a lot,
Thank you.
but you would always like tell me you should do this, you should do this, and I'll be like, yeah, that's true, I gotta do that.
I genuinely want to be friends with everybody, and I
Yeah.
genuinely
Yeah.
want to share what I know with everybody. And it's because it's just my personality, because I have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like, hey, man, if I can help you or open your mind and make sense, and this is how you can make money, by all means do it, you
Yeah.
know. And if I can make it so it's a no-brainer, I'll do it. I've come to a point where I've even given people photo booth to rent, and then the money that they made to rent is what they paid me to buy the photo booth. It's ridiculous, you know what I mean? Some people might see that as that's kind of dumb. It's not. The reality is, if these people can't believe in themselves, and you gotta prove to them that you have to be the one to believe in them,
Yeah.
by all means, you make a difference, you know?
I remember. I mean, I remember you'd always tell me like, "Man, you're a good salesman." I'm like,
Yeah.
"How, bro? I don't even know how to sell this stuff." And you're like, "Nah, man. Like, trust me. I see how you are with people. Like, you're gonna be a good salesman." I'm like, "All right." And then now I'm like,
I see the
natural
good.
now.
selling is just.
I see the good in people, bro. When I
Yeah.
first met you, it was like you're so easy to deal with, you're so easy to talk to, and you have a kind heart. So I
Yeah.
said these are all good recipes of being able to connect with people. There's people out there that are dark. Don't get me wrong. I don't approach them and say, "Hey, you could be a good salesman." No, man. But there's people out there that really has a good heart. They really know how to connect with people, and you can really succeed. But
Yeah.
a lot of the times, those people have fear. And if you can only overcome that fear,
Yeah.
and if you can help overcome that fear, that's when you truly see them shine. I mean, come on, bro, look at you, man. You're doing great. You have your own store right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Carlos
I'm
is
proud
killing
of
it
you.
right now.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. You know,
Yeah.
Carlos always levels up, man.
Yeah.
Proud of that guy.
And shout out to you, bro. You actually gave me a tour when I bought my first 360 booth.
Yeah.
He helped me out. So if you're in town, hit up Carlos. He'll help you out and guide you and show you how it works. Because I had no idea. You know, I'm like, let me see how it works. You know, I want to see, I want to learn. And there, like I said, it's still a lot of trial and error, but it wasn't as much as Breeze. Nowadays, everything's more simple.
Yeah. And then you
Um,
have YouTube.
YouTube tutorials. I would always go on your YouTube channel. What's the new YouTube video? You know, I want to see what's going on, because with the photo booth industry, the regular photo booth industry, not a lot of people will post videos on how to. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
I think the one good thing about the 360 is you don't have a printer to deal with.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's one thing for
No
sure.
power,
No power.
all wireless.
Yeah, especially if you got the
The
manual version.
manual.
I mean, you can be anywhere with that.
No
True.
components, you know, because on the photo booth you got to worry about the monitor, the PC, the flash, the camera, the printer, and then all the cables that connect everything together. So it's a
I had a
It's a
couple.
handful.
I had a couple of customers that called me last week, and they're like, "Oh, Ray, I lost my remote. You think you can help me out?" I'm like, "How?" I said, "You can turn the automatic into manual. There should be a wrench in the 360." Oh, I lost that too.
Damn.
I was like, I don't know how to help.
yeah.
It sometimes works against you. You know, having an automatic. Automatic is something that everybody wants. It's because
Yeah.
it's what everybody's posting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if they can only see that the customers are gonna get the same results.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's like I don't know. It's the mindset. It's the
It
mentality.
definitely is. I mean, just like Jonathan from last week,
He has a manual.
he has a manual and he's doing, you know, big brands,
Activations,
Coors Light.
yeah.
He's dealing a lot of
Big
celebrities.
corporate events
Yeah.
he's doing. Yeah.
So it's like back to what we were saying last time. It's like it's the limitation is on you, not on the equipment
Exactly.
Right.
That's
If-
true.
100%.
The relationship.
you have.
If you find a reason why you can't be successful, chances are you won't be successful because you're creating those
Yeah.
reasons. You know what I mean? Stop making up excuses and just shit, man. Just do it. Let's just apply the Nike concept and
Just
just be
do it.
successful.
Just
You
do
know,
it.
just
That's right.
get people to help you. Get people to work with you. It's fun when you do that. It's fun when you have this. It's fun when you know people. And don't get me wrong, man. There's gonna be haters out there, but that's
course.
okay.
All the time.
There's always going to be haters out there that's going to be throwing garbage at you. It's entirely up to you to take that garbage and throw it back at them. You know who throws garbage?
people that live in the dumps.
No, monkeys.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Throw something at the monkey, they'll throw it back at you.
That's true.
Monkey see, monkey do.
So if you grab that garbage and you
Yeah.
throw it back at them, what does that make you?
They're gonna throw it right back.
It makes you a monkey. I'm just kidding.
You're a monkey.
You're gonna get canceled, right?
That's why you got to grab that negativity and just throw it away. Just brush it off. There's no point in wasting energy in that. You know.
That's
in
all
any
I'm
sense.
saying is
No,
there's always
definitely.
going to be people out there that's going to throw negative shit at you. It's stuff that's going to make you feel bad. Has no added value into your life. Has no added value into your business.
It comes with success.
Don't
You're gonna have
pick it
haters.
up. Leave it in a trash.
So I got another question for you, man. So you said you saw Ray as a mentor. Was there other mentorships that you looked after, or courses that you took, or anything to help elevate your business to the next level?
I remember at that time when I was working at the gym, eventually transitioning into becoming a full-time DJ. As soon as I quit, which was like in 2014, February 2014, I quit. My manager's like, just go. I don't know. I know you don't want to be here no more. I didn't even get my 2 weeks that I was supposed to be there. Just don't come back. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm out. Um, I would listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Nice.
I did have a few mentors. I actually, to be honest, I didn't have a lot of mentors. They said I will see Ray a lot. I would just try to come to his office and try to pick his brain. He will give me a lot of advice, and I took it. And I remember I wanted to rent a photo booth for an extra. And I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna rent the shit. I'm gonna rent it because I'm eventually gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So
I was always willing to do anything for this guy. It's like, when you come, it's always like a fresh of breath air when you come to the warehouse and visit us. And it's like, for me, it's like, at that time, all I saw was a lot of good things. Actually, I saw talent. To be honest with you, somebody that can sell themselves, somebody that can grow. And I wanted to utilize that talent in my company. That's why I offered you that job. I said, hey, man, if you don't want to do DJs and you want to continue to work, I'll pay you more money to work for me. You don't have to work at LA Fitness because I can use that talent.
yeah. So
But luckily for you, you believe in yourself. And you're like, you know what, man? I'll
Straight
do it.
hustler.
Yeah, I can do this. I can make more
Made
money
it
from
happen for
working
himself, yeah.
for you. So you're right, absolutely. Now, sky's the limit. You can, it's all about gravitating into a knowledge that you don't have, and hopefully finding something new.
yeah. So yeah, going back to your question, I will listen to a lot of audiobooks, successful audiobooks. Um, I will work out, because working out clears your head out. To be
Yeah,
honest,
for sure.
That
Definitely.
helps.
I just recently started incorporating that, and I didn't realize like that hour or two where you're at the gym and just
It helps.
you block everything out and you're able to just put things into perspective, and you're like, oh, I need to reprioritize this thing. Like, why is my day this way?
yeah, working out's definitely something. Health as well. So you got to keep it up. So that was one thing. Another thing was talking to the right people, learning from other DJ companies, learning from another photo booth company that's successful, and try to copy their steps eventually.
Exactly.
So, because that's what you want to do, right? So
Yeah.
eventually you want to duplicate that
Follow
or
a blueprint
follow
that-
up the
yeah,
blueprint.
yeah.
So, or if they're doing great, why can't you do even better?
Right.
Exactly.
Really quick, when you mention working out, what Lewis is really saying is you got to find a comfort zone. Something like, for me, best time for me to be creative is when I'm taking a shower. When I'm in the shower, holy shit, all these ideas are coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's weird that I find that every time I'm taking a shower. It's like, oh man, I feel like jumping out of the shower and writing it down. But that's something that I had to understand about myself is why am I getting all these ideas when I'm taking a shower?
You shower 3 times a day.
No.
You should.
I
Get
shower.
all these
I
ideas.
shower.
More ideas.
I shower every day, but not 3 times a day. But all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
upon learning that thing about me, and reading about it and seeing that, one thing I learned is, you get ideas when you're most comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Because
working out
that's-
make you comfortable. That's when you're on the zone. That's when you're not thinking about business. You're just working out, but you don't realize that that's your most comfort zone. So for me, it's the shower.
Yeah.
For me, it's on the treadmill.
Yeah,
But
it's funny.
It's not everybody. You
It's
just have to find a comfort zone.
Because I'm a DJ, right? So like, what do you listen to when you work out? I'm like, sometimes it's some music, but most of the time I listen to audiobooks or podcasts while I'm
Same.
working out,
Right.
and that's how I learn more because I'm focused and listening, and especially when you're on a treadmill, or you're running, or you're walking your dog, whatever. It's always good to listen to podcasts. For
Well,
sure.
knowledge is power.
So-
The more you learn, you'll be able to take what you learn and apply it to yourself in life or business or everyday struggles. You learn to adapt at your current situation.
Yeah.
Just keep learning. Like from special guests from you, sharing their experience to our viewers. That's what we appreciate the most, and
Yeah,
just
we appreciate it,
something that they can take of value, hopefully, as they watch or listen to this episode and apply it to their own business and their own life.
It's our hope that they can relate to your experience. It's our hope that they can be inspired by what
Yeah.
you've done. It's our hope that if they have fear or anything like that, look, life is about risk, man. You took the risk and you're
Yeah.
fine. You did it. You're doing it. People who don't take risks are people who goes to sleep. People who don't take risks are usually dead. Those are the people that doesn't take risks. You're not sleeping. You're not dead. But for me, you gotta take a risk. Otherwise, you're always gonna have a problem with financials. You're always gonna have a problem with because you've never taken the risk. And the one thing with people that doesn't take the risk and they keep their money in their bank is they don't realize they're depleting it with no way of getting it back other than a cycle in, cycle out job. You know what I mean? And one day, that job is gonna go away. You're gonna get replaced because that's the kind of mentality that a lot of people have is the subtleness, the content. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my employees. Ooh.
Let's hope they don't watch us.
Look, I'm just saying, a lot of my employees are content with what they're making. That's good, but for me, it's not good to be content. You gotta want more. As my employees, I want them to be able to come to me and ask for a raise because they did something good that I recognize, not what they recognize.
Right.
Excel, do something better. And hell, if you want to go out there and start your own business and be successful, I'll be proud. I won't be sad that I lose you.
supportive.
Yeah, but do something. Don't just be content with what you're getting paid on a weekly basis. Ask for more money, but ask within reason. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Well, we've been lucky enough to be in a position to be able to empower our employees,
Yeah.
right? From the warehouse guys to the shipping guys to the salespeople, they're all very important keys to the business to help everyday flow right,
Yeah.
right? And then we recognize what our employees do for us, and we're always going to be thankful for them.
I'm just saying, don't be content with
Right.
what it is that you're making, because the minute you become content is the minute you lose everything.
Right.
People who gets into the business and they get content with what they're doing now, they're like, a lot of people, I hear this, oh, I don't really want to get rich. I just want to do this and I want to do that and just live life in a comfortable way. But isn't that what employee thinks? They don't want to start a business because they get a weekly check and an income, and that they're settling for the what is it, the 101, the the retirement.
The 401.
The 401k. They're too comfortable,
Yeah.
and business who are like that, chances are, somebody takes away their food
Yeah.
because they're no longer trying to dominate.
it's
They're
like
no longer
during-
trying to scale.
It's like during the pandemic, so many places closed down. So everyone that lived like that, it's like, well, now I'm kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do now.
Now
'cause I
what?
was just relying off this 40 hours.
And during the pandemic was fun. We had a good time during COVID. So shout out to all our Instagram viewers. You guys were the MVP. Why? Because you guys would always tune into our our quarantine Fridays.
I actually did tune in into some.
So-
That was nice. You guys play good music.
Oh, what'd you do? You set up a few live streaming?
Yeah, so we did a lot of live streaming during COVID. Everything was closed. Clubs were closed. No one was able to do events.
Right.
So
Yeah.
everybody was just home drinking on a Friday night.
Yeah,
So-
I used to play those music. I would play it, and just leave it. It's good music, man. You and Dennis. Yeah, you guys.
Oh yeah, Dennis did it too.
Yeah.
We ended up doing it. I started doing it from our garage, and then from there we started doing it at our office.
Yeah.
And then it just got more creative. That's how I got my sponsorship with Mandala, and that's how I started working with the tequila brand.
See, doors are opening.
Just from putting yourself out
Opportunities right there.
Yeah, and that's how it happened. And so shout out to our whole team, the Bevel Entertainment team, all the DJs, the photo booth staff. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. If it wasn't for them, like I wouldn't be here. So shout out to the whole team out there, and let's keep killing it. We're gonna keep
Nice.
killing it. So
there. Definitely.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
We appreciate
Keep
it.
keep that energy up, and just success for everybody, man. Especially
yeah,
you.
man. Everybody has to win.
Yes, sir.
You have to.
Everybody has to win.
There's
It's enough.
there's
it's
no
enough for everybody.
Yeah, there's no
It's
such
enough for
things as
everybody.
mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's no such thing.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot for everybody.
Oh shoot! Before we wrap this up, DJ Bebo Lewis, do you got any advice to the viewers that are probably tuning in that are like you, like us, DJs, photo boothers, 360, and within
Photographers even.
within the
The
entertainment
newbies that are
business?
coming in.
Any advice,
Any
man,
advice?
that they could feed off of?
Yeah, just take risk. If you're interested in buying new equipment, just do it. Believe in the product. If you're looking for a perfect person to buy it from, RevoSpin's the spot.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And but yeah, take risks, make it happen, execute, and if it doesn't work out, well, try something else. But
Nice.
you have to try to see. if
You'll
it's gonna
never know
work.
if you never try.
You'll never know. So
That's
so
good
do
advice.
that. And like I said, keep networking, keep marketing, keep building that brand. Nowadays, it's all about branding. So branding's important, and just keep building. You know, keep
I
building.
appreciate that.
Before we wrap it up, our viewers, if they wanted to follow you, is there an
Right.
Instagram?
Let them know in that camera right there. Just let them know where to follow you, where to find you.
Yes. So my personal account is DJ Bebo, DJ Bebo. We have the company one, which is DJ Bebo ENT. We also have our first photo booth company we started. It's called Photo Booth Bomber.
Nice.
And now we have our SoCal 360 booth, which is our Instagram account for the 360. So those are our platforms that we have going on right now. And follow us, check out our content, and for all of you guys, keep creating content all day. You have to.
And before, I mean, we'll make sure we put all the links on his social media into this segment and down below the video. And before we wrap this up, I really want to touch base really quick on EIX. Again, that's next year in June 5, 6, 7, if I'm not mistaken. Again, and one of the expos that we're going to be hosting next year. That's going to be very exciting. And hopefully, if DJ Bebo is not too busy during that time, he'll make an appearance there. It'd be great for you guys to meet him and
Vegas
him personally. Yeah, another reason to go to Vegas. So why not?
There's going to be thousands of people, and a lot of these people are in the same industry as you are. I think it's the best way to network. We're always talking about in this podcast, I believe we talk about networking so much because it's the key success. I mean, it's the key thing for your success. This is a good place to network, because there's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to be in a different state. And it's always nice to have drinks with them, have them open up. What are they doing that you're not doing? You know what I mean? Just learn and brainstorm, from each other.
And if there's any companies out there that would like to exhibit, we still have a few spots open. So book now. Let us know. We'll put the content or contact rather below as well for EIX. If you want to check us out on the website, check out our speakers. It's going to be eventindustryexpo.com. Again, June 5, 6, 7.
A lot of the RevoSpin customers are anxious to be there.
Right.
So definitely, come.
Yeah.
And, you
It's
won't
one
be
thing to
sorry.
look forward
Buy
to.
your tickets.
Buy your tickets for sure. While it's early bird still, so it's a little bit cheaper now. So as the months and weeks pass by, it'll start jumping up in pricing. So take advantage now while you still can. Yeah. And again, this is the Photo Booth Talk Show, episode 4. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, my name is John.
And I'm Ray.
I'm Carlos.
And Luis, DJ Bebo.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Cool episode.
Shout out.
Yeah.